Nerdrotic.com.
We used to treat movie stars like gods. Hollywood grapples with the loss of young star power. Well, you know what happened? It was a combination of a lot of things, but social media.
Yeah.
And the movie stars went to social media, and we got to know them. And they stopped being movie stars. End of story.
Yeah.
And now kids don't want to be movie stars. For one, it requires work to actually be a good actor. And it's a lot. And honestly, why go through the horrors and terrors that you have to go through in Hollywood, especially if you're a kid star? I think a lot more parents are wising up. I mean, I've said this a million times on the live stream, not a million, say hundreds. If you love your children, do not let them act in Hollywood. Do not. Don't let them near that fucking place. They want to go there as adults, fine. But if mine were under my care, no effing way. No effing way. No way. It's a meat grinder. It's an absolute meat grinder. Look what it does to the adults. Look what it does to the adults. But yeah, there's a finite amount of talent in the world, and if something else comes along where that talent can go, that's where they'll go. That's where they'll go, and it's not Hollywood anymore. As far as for acting and performing and singing, you can just do that shit on your own now. You don't. There's like 1,000 gatekeepers you got to go through in Hollywood. Not anymore. Now you can just do your own shit. And it's starting to fracture. And I think this is great. This is decentralizing entertainment. And I think it's a good thing. And yeah, they're going to grapple with it. Now, I guess the whole frame of this article is like everybody was fawning over Harrison Ford at Cannes. It's like, yeah, well, you also made too many superhero movies. You made it more about the character than and the movie star has been dying for a long time, Chris. Let's be real. This isn't a relatively new thing. It's been a decade, at least. And we just are kind of starting to notice it now. Tom Cruise is probably one of the last ones. Will Smith, not so much. He like even before the slap, he was like losing his luster. The Rock was never a movie star. You know who else wasn't a movie star, Chris? Simu Liu. Simu Liu has never been a movie star. Simu Liu is not a movie star. The hottest package at this year's Cannes Film Festival stars a 76-year-old star and is a reboot of a movie that first dazzled moviegoers in 1993. That's a time, in case you forgot, before TikTok or smartphones, Facebook or Amazon, or any number of technological changes that have reshaped our world and the movie business along with them. And yet, cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone bravely submitting the mountain again is what? Wait a minute. There's another cliffhanger movie? Is that what they're talking about?
There you go.
That's awesome. Bravely submitting the mountain again is seen as the most commercial scripts out there for buyers hoping to make an adventure film that can traverse. Hey, Tulsa King rock, dude. Borders and bring crowds with a nod to the younger audience who will be needed to turn up if the movie is going to replicate the original blockbuster status. God, I remember it. That was, I was working in the video store. I was back in my video store days, and I remember renting Cliffhanger to 73-year-old women in San Marcos, California. I was right near a retirement community, so I got all the old people. You know, it was fine. It was great. So they go over this. They're talking about Schwarzenegger coming in, Expendables 4. And they're talking about Michael Keaton. They're talking about all these other people. And then they bring up how Pattinson's not, the big star that they thought he'd be. And, I'll go over it more in depth. But your thoughts real quick, Chris.
The movie stars are dead. Harrison Ford may be the last one. There are some, is Leonardo DiCaprio a movie star? I mean, maybe.
I'd say so.
I'd say so. Brad Pitt. But it's
is Killers of the Flower Moon or the Moonflower gonna make hundreds of millions at the box office though?
Nope.
A 3.5 hour Martin Scorsese film
that's made to win Oscars.
Yes.
Apple wants another Oscar.
I'm sure it'd be fine. Martin Scorsese's awesome. He's great, but No, thanks. Not my kind of movie. I'll go see Sisu. You could see Sisu two times,
Or 3.
or almost 3.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks still a movie star?
What's the last thing he even did? I don't even know.
Okay, movie star is they put butts in seats, not win awards, not a circle jerk. They put butts in seats, and it's just their name. They can be in any movie because that's the way it used to be. It's the way it used to be. We're going to go see a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. We're going to see a Sylvester Stallone movie. Tom Cruise is it. I think Tom Cruise is it. I think Mission Impossible is going to make all kinds of. It could be highest grossing movie of the year. Could be. Maybe second behind Super Mario. I think Flash will make a lot of money. I think it will make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to do well. I think it's because the one thing about this film is it's also a crowd pleaser. It's a popcorn movie. I mean, there are like so many moments where mostly in the second half of the film, you're just going to scream and applaud. It's a crowd pleaser. The film is a crowd pleaser. And I think on that alone, it's going to do well because Little Mermaid looks bad. I mean, just like
Alan
so
did not have nice things to say about it.
Yeah, and he's the target market. You know, I mean, he saw a preview of it at D23. Then you've got like Spider-Verse, which looks fine. The Transformers.
I can't wait to see pregnant Spider-Woman fight. 5 months pregnant.
Oh my God. I just, you know what? It's a cartoon, so I don't care. Spider-Verse, you know, I'll see it. I
didn't hate the first movie. I liked it.
It was fun. You've got the Transformers movie is coming out and nobody cares about that. Ticket sales for that are soft. I feel like that franchise may be done. Why do I care? It's another, you know, Transformers on Earth. Why don't they just do a Transformers movie with no humans? Have it take place.
This was the easiest one to crack. Like, don't focus on effing humans. You can have one, I guess, but just go full retro. Make them look like they did in the comic books. That's all you need to do. That's all you effing need to do. But no, it's got to be identity politics. And yeah, okay, well, welcome to Oblivion. Along with welcome to the void of dead franchises, along with Star Wars and Star Trek and
then
Doctor
you've got
Who.
The worst calculation, strategic calculation. I mean, that seems to be Kathleen Kennedy's specialty. Not reuniting Han, Luke, and Leia.
She doesn't analyze things, Chris. She just does them.
You open Indiana Jones at Cannes, the Cannes Film Festival, and it gets soft mixed to negative reviews, and now people have 6 weeks to not give a shit about it. Like, who in their right mind is good? I think it'll do a decent opening weekend and then no one will care.
Yep.
Because the curiosity factor is going to be there. But my God, if you were going to open in a Cannes, it should have opened 2 weeks after that. 6 weeks? What a stupid miscalculation.
6 weeks. And now embargo's lifted. So if anybody else sees it early, they can give a review to a full review with spoilers and everything. So, yeah. And yeah, you're right. Like 40 days of bad reviews. What a dumb move.
Just digging their grave.
Is there more of a Kathleen Kennedy move than that? Yeah. I don't think so.
Or like announcing movies that never happen.
Oh, well, you know? She keeps like doing that. Movie. I hope it happens. I really do. The fans have known for years what she will eventually find out. What Disney will eventually find. These are giant megalithic corporations who do not turn on a dime. And this is the problem with corporatism in Hollywood. They've allowed too many of the activists in, and they don't listen to fan bases because they have really drank the Kool-Aid that they're all a bunch of bigots. So it'll be very hard for them to admit in a couple, 3 years, maybe 5, that they killed Star Wars with The Last Jedi. Something we knew the minute we walked out of that fucking movie. We're like, it's dead. It's dead. It's dead. Because I'm the one, along with you, along with Jeremy and Ryan, that has loved this thing from when I was a kid, from the first time I saw it. So I would consider Ryan, Jeremy, me, anybody in the chat who was a fan for over 10 years, an expert on Star Wars. There's varying degrees. There's the EU fans, whatever. But you're a fucking scholar compared to the bankers who work for Disney and the activists who come in and try to usurp these franchises. And you knew that very second it was dead. So now it's just waiting for the giant, stupid corporation to figure it out.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.
Hey, if you like what we do here at Nerdrotic Daily, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you could do that with your favorite YouTuber as well, I'm sure they would appreciate it as much as I do.